My God, we are actually back ahead of schedule. When does that ever happen? Gonna let everyone know that we are live, and then we will do it to it. You see the friendly confines of this Cardinals profile. So what we're going to do in the next few minutes here, we're going to advance the day, take a look at the retirements, take it all from there. And a reminder, if you didn't catch the last one, and I encourage you to, the Buffalo Bills with a massive come from behind victory against the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 60. Absolutely wild game. A bit of a gut punch for me personally as the shadow GM of the 49ers, a 49ers fan in real life as well. But I'd be way more upset if they lost to like the Ravens or the Chiefs. Seeing the Buffalo Bills' first ever Super Bowl and with a team that had Josh Allen still paired with Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs was actually very, very cool to me. So can't really be mad. I'm just going to quickly make sure we're all connected here. But we are now advancing. We should have the postseason recap screen here. So we'll take a look, get a nice snapshot of things. 23-17. Tre'Davious White was named Super Bowl MVP. I slightly disagree, but you see right there, one-time Super Bowl champion Buffalo Bills. The yearly awards, Patrick Mahomes was the league MVP. Kyle Shanahan was Coach of the Year. The Offensive Player of the Year was Isaiah Pacheco. I guess it's very touchdown dependent. Snoop Lindsay, Defensive Player of the Year, who finished second in the MVP voting, which, wild. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Shaq Hatchett, who was injured for the Super Bowl, unfortunately for San Francisco. And Dalvin Huntington, DH 74, the Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Seahawks. And what's cool is you can see the season recap from season one and then back to real life. All right, are you guys ready to see the retirements? Sean Gibson is retired. Kirk Cousins is gone. Indeed, it was a beautiful season, Landon. Oh, wow. Someone alert Jiggles, and well, I'm sure some of these names will be hard for you to see, Landon. The Saints with a bunch of retirements. Aaron Rodgers is now done, so the Jets will be looking for a new quarterback. Ooh, Kyle Juszczyk is done. That hurts. Jake Matthews, who for basically his entire career was just locked in at left tackle for the Falcons. They will miss him. Slay and Gilmore both gone. Oh, and Zach Martin. Wow, the Cowboys taking it on the chin as well. And yeah, a lot of people are gone. Let's see, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 retirements on the Cardinals. Admittedly, I picked up a lot of mentor players. The one I'll probably miss most is Mitch Morse. Now I need to find another offensive lineman. Fletcher Cox was pretty handy to have as well. Joel Bitonio retiring. That kind of surprises me. And that is the wrap up. Those are pretty much all the key names. The big ones, Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers being gone, along with quite literally 20% of my team. Bitonio was still very good, so the Browns will miss him. Cowboys getting pretty tough because Gilmore was still a key part of their secondary, and Zach Martin was just an all-pro lineman his whole career, basically. Ditto Jake Matthews. So yeah, basically it's Jiggles and I getting most of the retirements. See if there's any additional staff moves. Oh, Peter Gaffney taking over for Brian DeBole in New York. And Sean Payton is gone, and Tony D'Amato is now the head coach in Denver. Shout out to Bronco. All right, we're not going to waste any time. On to the re-sign phase we go. So we'll take a look at mock draft number 3 now that the full draft order has been locked in. Let me just quickly check. I don't believe trades are a thing as of yet. No, they are not. How up against the cap am I? Oh, child. The Kyler Murray trade money just came off. You know, I was talking about cap penalties earlier. Look at me with my $117 million of cap space. Next week, so that's the first day of free agency, right? Perfect. That will be tomorrow. We'll make it 25 hours from now since I work 7 to 3 Eastern, so I would just be getting off work now. But we'll keep the re-sign phase for a healthy 24 hours, give everyone a chance because we have multiple time zones. We'll take a look at mock draft number 3, though. But yeah, ooh, you know what? Before we do the mock draft, I'm actually intrigued to see what people's cap space is league round. I also kind of want to see, sorry, I'm jumping around here. Are there any cuts? Really? You picked up his 5th-year option? The other ones don't surprise me in the slightest. Oh, God. The restructurings. Chiefs re-signed Pacheco. I thought for sure he was gone. Oh, that's how. Mahomes restructured and they got $36.8 million of extra cap space. Ah, fair. I'm just surprised at that price point, but to each their own. Fascinating. Oh, and the Bills re-signed Tre'Davious White. You see players that were cut during staff week. There's not a single name here that surprises me, really. You can also see which of your players have regressed now, everyone. Wait, okay. I need to check the. Sorry if you guys want me to do the mock draft first, but I am very interested in how the Bills are making Payne work as their D tackle. It might be over the cap. We'll take a look. Yes, so they are gonna. I will hours, and Payne is gonna get cut because that will free up $16.8 million dollars, which they can use. Good, that makes sense. Okay, take a quick look league wide, see what teams have what space. 56.2 million for the Bears, 19.8 million for the Bengals. Bills are currently in the hole as we discussed. 42.8 available for the Broncos, 11.1 available for the Browns. Oh my God. I just realized somebody didn't retire that I've been talking to one of the other users about. I'm suddenly a very happy boy. There might be a trade to announce tomorrow afternoon. 11.1 million for the Browns, 44.7 million for the Buccaneers, 117 million for the Cardinals, 26.2 for the Chargers, only 4.89 for the Chiefs, but they managed to keep everyone, I think. Like they re-signed Pacheco. They are set. And Travis Kelce also didn't retire. Out of respect to him, I'm going to boost his overall up to an 87. I assume he's down like a low 80 at this point. Yeah, he's a 79. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll boost him a little. You can all see. Nearly 70 million available for the Colts. 128 million available for the Commanders. Cowboys have 14 available. Dolphins have $50 million available. Eagles have 15. Falcons have over 100 million. Hey, Corey, doing pretty well. We've now advanced to the re-sign phase. We're going to be here for the next 24 hours. The Bills won the Super Bowl. Crazy game against the 49ers. 49ers have 32.3. Huh. Neat. Cap must have gone up. I mean, I'm sure it did. Oh, I think we're actually near where it caps out. No pun intended. But I think it either stops at 280 or 285, and then it stays that way going out. Oh, shoot! I'm sorry, bud. Oh, my God. I didn't realize you were looking to stay spoiler free, and I just dove right into it. I didn't even give you the chance to tell me not to. Jets will have $30 million available. Lions have $60 million free. Packers have 15. Panthers have 72. So there's some teams with money to spend. Patriots have, oh my God, $116 million of cap space. Very good game. Just one of the wildest second halves, like the fourth quarter especially, just crazy amounts of bizarreness. $72 million freed up for the Rams as well. Ravens are in the negative because always. Well, you know what? You'll see what what ended up happening in that game. The Bills' defense came to play. Well, I'll leave it at that. Jiggles and the Saints have 95 million available. The Seahawks have 71, so teams have money to spend in this offseason. But they will still need to re-sign players, obviously. Oh yeah, Russo is a problem. Landon, with all the user teams, the mock drafts will be less and less accurate because, like, nearly half our league is user teams now. It goes based on who you have in your favorites, and if you've no one in your favorites, it goes based off of what the computer would do if it were you, basically. We're going to check in a second as your Texans have $65.4 million available. The Titans have 63 million. The Vikings have 36. Let's take a look at the mock draft, which I'm not a part of because I traded my first to the Chargers to get Rashawn Slater. It's part of a larger package. Oh, yeah, they have you taking this left end, Jeff Kershaw. Corey asking about the Texans. So, Landon, any insight as to who you're looking at taking first overall for the Panthers? Maybe help other teams. Oh, shit, you guys are. Hey, if you guys want to know about offensive linemen, I have a bunch of them scouted, so now you know. So, basically, the spoilers are Nixon's a good tackle. Moore and Burke are not the tackles you want. You know what? I don't have a first round pick. All these guys were gone before me, anyways. So, spoilers. Okay, looking for weapons to improve Bryce Young. I wait. Where's the quarterback set to go? Hold up. 17 to the Steelers, dropping 15 spots. That is shocking to me because the Giants need a QB. I could definitely see the Bears going for that quarterback as well over this tackle that's good, but doesn't need to go fourth. Yes, I do, Corey. I changed the draft strength for each position each year. I'll show you guys. Okay, I will show you guys in a second what it was set to for this draft. But to answer your question, Landon, asking if there's anything that it says about overall, the this pardon me, the talent rating where it says round 1 to 2. Now it doesn't tell you like if this is say a 75 overall or if he's an 80 overall. He wouldn't be if he's round 1 to 2. But it does tell you where he ranks in the draft class. So when it says around 1 to 2 talent, this means that this tackle, based on overall, is probably around the 20 to 25th best player on overall in the draft. And having played a ton of Madden, I can tell you he honestly is probably, because offensive line is hard to come by, he's probably worth getting. I would guess 73 to 75 overall for around 1 to 2. That also has room for variance based on the draft class strength, obviously, and I will show you guys what it was for this year. Before the start of every season, I do a random number generator. I realized after that previous draft class, allowing very strong and very weak was way too strong. So I'm just limiting it to weak, strong, and normal, so we don't have positions that have at best a 68 if they get very weak. Or you guys saw last year's wide receiver class was a very strong wide receiver class, and oh my God, the number of amazing wide receivers that came into the league this year is like too many, like unsustainable if we had too many very strong classes. Yes. If you want, I can show you guys the progression sliders as well. You should. Are you able to see that from your own screens, though? Oh, does the QB dropping in the mock say anything about his overall? No. No, it does not. What that basically means is that like team needs have changed. So honestly, he would probably still be going number 2 to the Giants if it the mock draft didn't have you taking the left end. So suddenly it thinks the Giants want the outside linebacker, which wouldn't really make sense because they have Thibodeau signed for 7 years. So this is our current draft class. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers are all set to normal. Tight ends are weak. Offensive tackles are strong. Interior offensive line is normal, that being your centers and guards. Defensive ends are normal. Tackles are weak. Linebackers, all kinds, are strong. Corners are normal. Safeties are weak. And I put kickers and punters intentionally to very weak because we just have too many good kickers and punters right now, so we don't need a bunch more, leaving, 78 overalls twisting in the wind in free agency. I will put these back up to for the next draft class. Before I forget here, I'll do that now. You still get good kickers with weak. That's what I had it set to before. And my other quarterbacks to very weak, and then edited in Dennis David, who's on the Saints now, and Kirk Zonner, who is now on the Commanders. And I made wide receivers very strong because of this draft class in real life. Again, this was now a month or so back where I didn't realize at that time there was going to be 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 20 picks. Otherwise, I would have probably beefed that up. But by all accounts, this is supposed to be a very, very good wide receiver class, so I wanted something we did to reflect that. Other than that, I've just been doing the random number generator. I'll probably continue to do that, unless you guys have advice for or against that. But that's what class we're dealing with now. Which honestly sucks, because I need a tight end more than anything else. And after doing some scouting, I don't love the tight ends I've seen. But here, I'll give you guys my little dime store draft preview. I think for the goal, we'll shoot to do the draft Sunday evening. We'll try and find a time that works for everyone. It'll be Sunday night, most likely. I also need to see when I work, because I might be on overnight Sunday into Monday. But it definitely looks like people's draft boards are messing with things as we see a player move up 20 spots. I'm going to advance around this time tomorrow, so we'll do the re-sign phase for about 24 hours, closer to 25. And around this time tomorrow, we will advance to day 1 of free agency. There'll be probably a day for that. And then as we get into the weekend, we'll shorten it to 12 to 18 hour intervals, because it really just takes, a few minutes for the most part to do your free agent things. I just want to make sure everyone has the chance, because a bunch of us have children, a bunch of us work different hours, and a bunch of us are even in different time zones. Like Jiggles is on the West Coast, so he's 3 hours different than I am. And sometimes I work overnights. How many users? I think we're up to about 10 users controlling about 13 teams. It might be a little more than that, but it's no less than 12 or 13 user teams. Hey, thank you kindly. Will do, my man. Yes, I'll keep doing the 49ers. I might stop if they win a Super Bowl. I'm not sure what I would have done had they completed it this past season. Not getting one for Brock Purdy yet, though. I have unfinished business, Haas. Got to get back on that. So I'm going to do my upgrades now. Let's see if I have a bunch. Oh my god. Yeah, these are unimportant people I'm doing off stream. Not as many as I thought, because they have 32 million in cap space. Now they have not re-signed CMC. I lost 9 people to retirement though. And am I taking this option? That's pretty cheap, but I could probably re-sign him for less. Oh yeah, well, I just want to give everyone a chance to re-sign their guys, though, Landon. So I'm going to reject this. His re-sign interest is maxed out, so I will just extend him to a long-term deal while he's only quote unquote an 84. I'd rather do that than extend him, have him go up to like an 88 and suddenly is wanting $30 million. As it stands, he wants about 20 million, which I'm happy to pay. Right, Landon's controlling two teams, Corey. He has a shadow account for the Panthers. Do you have the mentor tag, Shaq? Yes, you do. We will try and re-sign Shaq Barrett here. Like, he claims to want the minimum. I'm going to overpay him. Perfect, because I need mentors. Zach Ertz is still alive. Yep. Get in Zach Ertz. I have a 59 overall on my team. Amazing. So Johnson is here for another season, and I don't feel like paying $3 million a year for a wide receiver I don't need. So offer is withdrawn. And that is it for my re-sign phase. Good luck to all of you guys. If you have some downtime, maybe spend it scouting, because got to fill our holes somehow. Also, take a look at league transactions. A lot of guys have re-signed that we were not expecting to see re-sign, particularly with the Bills and Chiefs. Could have been anywhere else in the world, chose to spend it with me. I appreciate that. The Cardinals appreciate that. And if you don't think with over $100 million of cap space to spare, we're going to be higher than an 87 overall, you're crazy. We're coming for your heads. We're getting in those playoffs next year. Seahawks, 49ers, be damned. Take care. God bless.